Is that because Camp Mystic is no ordinary camp, it's actually a safe haven for children of military families, conservative leaders, whistleblower networks.
Right. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, you should hold yourself accountable morally at this point. And he banned me.
It's an insane amount of narcissism.
I was so pissed.
Narcissism, selfish. I saw so many comments of people saying I saw literally someone say if Kamala was in office, all those kids wouldn't have died. Like, it was just wild to see it go that direction. Like, politically, is just like, this has, I mean, there are some things out there that are happening. My wife actually sent me something because apparently Camp Mystic is a Christian girls summer camp in Kerrville, maybe the epicenter, they're saying. So what is floating around the internet is that because Camp Mystic is no ordinary camp, it's actually a safe haven for children of military families, conservative leaders, whistleblower networks. I believe one of the family members is related to the owner of the Chiefs, for example. So some notable people send their kids here. At least 4 of the girls at Camp Mystic have family ties to ongoing investigations into elite trafficking and bioweapon profiteering. Camp Mystic's digital servers were digitally wiped just hours before the flood. Multiple campers are unaccounted for, and cell signals were blocked in the area for 90 minutes during the rescue window. Survivors report hearing helicopters and seeing drones near the river banks before the rain even hit. It's alleged that this was a message to families standing up against the system, a warning to those who speak truth, a strike.
It's probably hard to imagine just how many parents drove this road at Camp Mystic to drop off their daughters for summer camp. Camp Mystic was opened in 1926 by University of Texas coach Doc Stewart. Initially known as Stewart's Camp for Girls, it focused on outdoor activities and various skills like roping, marksmanship, and arts. For nearly 100 years, kids have come here each summer for camp, except when the U.S. Army took it over for 2 years during World War II to make it a center for veterans to recover from their war injuries. It's 700 acres situated on the South Fork of the Guadalupe River, 3 miles southwest of Hunt, Texas. Nearly 24 summer camps are scattered along the river and its tributaries in Kerr County. It's easy to see why the camp's located here, but the river can be treacherous when flash floods happen, and it was the wall of water that swamped Camp Mystic, and among the victims of the flood, longtime camp director Dick Eastland, who died when he tried to move some of the campers to higher ground. Not far from Camp Mystic, Heart of the Hills Summer Camp was between sessions, so no campers were at risk. But beloved camp director Jane Ragsdale perished in the flood. Now Camp Mystic lives on in the memories of the generations of girls who spent part of their summer times here, and in this poignant video that captured a much happier time only a few summers ago.
Yeah, seriously, we talk a little bit about the fifth seal and just, standing by for natural disasters, earthquakes, so on and so forth. There's this independent meteorologist gal who just, she obsesses about monitoring weather across the country, and she has a YouTube channel, all that stuff, and constantly documenting that. She actually, before this post, said, "I am very happy, not depressed, don't want to kill myself, so in case anything happens, just so you guys know." But she actually monitored these energy cells across the coast from the east side of Texas all the way to Florida, and there's these hot spots where there's just an energy shift that seems to be manipulating the weather around it and pushing clouds and just there's atmospheric anomalies that she is documenting and talking about. So why it's happening, could it be cell towers? Could it be cloud seeding? Could it just be God?
Need answers. I am happy, healthy, and not prone to accidents, just saying. For context, I do a radar and satellite review show on my website every single day. So when I tell you this is freaking weird, I know what freaking weird is. As I was reviewing radar data, I spotted an anomaly in Florida. It appears that a wave was emanating from each tower, which was subsequently pushing the cloud cover and precipitation outward. That alone shouldn't happen. The mainstream narrative is that these towers only track systems, but here we have clouds and rain being moved in a perfect circular outward fashion at the exact same speeds near each tower. And look at this area. When the clouds collide in the middle between two separate waves from two separate towers. Then as I looked along the Gulf coastline, this is where things got even more crazy. All the towers along the coastline are doing the exact same thing at the exact same times. Texas, Louisiana. When you look at Louisiana, the wave is emanating outward to the point where the clouds and precipitation spreads out equally in all directions and is then eliminated. In fact, even more strange is that every area of precipitation near the towers along the Gulf and Atlantic coastline disappears simultaneously. And that's not even the craziest freaking part. The craziest freaking part is the time code for when these waves occurred. About 1940 UTC, these areas felt seismic activity. The local news reported it as an earthquake at a 3.1 magnitude.
Well, at about 2:41 this afternoon, apparently there was an earthquake out about 10 miles deep in the Gulf, 70 miles south of Gulf Shores.
A rare event in this area. You heard me right. The moment we saw these waves around these towers, they reported that there was an earthquake. Here's the thing, though. Earthquakes don't impact the atmosphere.
They do not.
It can't move clouds. It certainly wouldn't move clouds in perfect circular waves emitting outward from each and every tower along the entire Gulf coastline up to the Carolinas on the Atlantic coast. And I'm still trying to figure out, is this emanating from the towers themselves, or is there something working with them in the ocean? So I looked a little further to see what I could find in the cloud cover in the Gulf around the time of the supposed earthquake. And I found this.
What is that, guys? Man, y'all gotta hit those buttons and hit the notifications. Join the family.
What is moving these clouds out there like that? What are you guys doing?
But did they tell us this was for 5G and cell phones, even though we know fiber optic cables is what run most networking and stuff and not satellite? I don't know, guys. I'm just saying.